Hey YouTube, what's up? It's Jeff. It's been a really long time since I made an update, but I wanted to make a quick video because I'm give or take 6 months post-op. So I wanted to show off my chest a little bit and talk about healing, and a couple people had asked me some questions about specifics with my experience with Dr. Garramone in Florida, so I figured I would wrap that up a little bit. So first, here is my chest. So as you can see, I do have some thick purple scars. They're not really that raised. They are raised, but they're not as crazy keloid as I thought they would be. Nips look good. Same here. It's purple once it like starts to reach the and thicker the closer it gets to the armpit. And there's about an inch of space in between the incisions. But I'm really happy with the results. I'm really flat. I've got this really awkward patch of hair right in the middle. I do have some chest hair growing around the scar. If I end up being a hairy dude, that might cover it. But if not, I'm thinking about, tattoos or scar lightening down the road. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. Although I always look cold with the nipple projection. Like, if I don't wear an undershirt, I look like I'm ready to cut glass. Like, even if it's, they're just sort of always out, which isn't a big deal. I mean, I've caught people, like, if I'm wearing just a t-shirt looking at my nipples, and I'm like, but what are you going to do? But yeah, so I still get a lot of tightness in my scars. So I was seeing what some other guys did, and a lot of people were recommending putting cocoa butter. So I've been doing a lot of cocoa butter. Just keeping them really moist so that they're not dried out, especially because it's very cold where I am right now. So, I don't want my skin to dry out. But yeah, just tightness. On occasion, I'll feel a little bit of pain like closer in my chest where the incisions start. So it might still be just, nerves or something reconnecting. But otherwise, like I've said in other videos, my surgery was really very painless, and I'm very happy. It was like on a scale of 1 to 10, like it was like a 2, the pain that I felt. I actually was in more pain with my sore throat from being intubated immediately after surgery. When I woke up, I had such a bad sore throat than any of the pain I felt immediately following surgery up until this point. With the exception of one thing, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But yeah, so my healing has been really good. I strongly recommend doing as I did and not doing any lifting over your head for as long as possible. I'm back in the gym. I've been back in the gym for a while, but I haven't done any over the head exercises until literally like 2 weeks ago. And so like even when I reach up, like I can still feel it pulling right here. So I'm still taking it easy. I'm not pushing myself too much at that. But yeah, like I said, no pain, really just giving myself a lot of time to recover, taking it very easy. I still try to avoid reaching for things, even though I'm sure it's just psychosomatic. I'm sure I'm not going to mess anything up. But yeah, so I had my surgery on August 1st with Dr. Charles Garramone in Florida. I had really no problems with recovery. I stayed at a friend's house in Florida. It was excellent. I had her and my girlfriend helping take care of me. The one really bad thing was just how constipated I got. There's so many videos out there that will talk about the constipation, so I'm not going to get into it, but let me tell you, I looked pregnant. So be prepared for that. I was never constipated before. I hope it never happens again. But anyway, so when it was time to go back to Garramone's office, a week after surgery, I had seen some videos that had said that when, he's removing the drains, right? The drains from the drain holes, that can be really painless or really painful. So I was like sort of ready or whatever. So he unwraps. Now, bear in mind, I was also in the car for about 4 hours because I was staying at a friend's house in Tampa. He's in Fort Lauderdale. It's a really long drive. So we had gotten up really early. I was running on adrenaline. I was so excited to get the bandages off because they were really tight and itchy. But again, no pain, just really annoying. So we got there, and and it's just my girlfriend in the room with me. So he undoes the wrapping, and it's like really exciting. It's very surreal because he shows me my chest, and like, yeah, I was excited, but there was like a part of me that I guess didn't have like, I don't know, it wasn't 100% positive reaction because I think I was in shock. Like, don't get me wrong, I was very happy. but it's very surprising when you see your chest totally different than how it was like a week ago, you know? Plus, you know, things still look pretty gnarly. So, you know, I think that I just was so surprised and shocked and happy and overwhelmed that I just completely forgot to breathe. So he lays me back down on like this thing or whatever, and he's like, all right, now it's time to take your drains out. And he takes the first one out. He said, I think it was, yeah, it was my right one. So he goes, all right, take a deep breath and look that way. So I do it. He takes it out. Everything's cool and groovy. I was like, wow, I didn't feel a thing. He says, awesome. He starts talking to me about what I do for a living, which is web design and development. And apparently he made his own website. So he's like talking to me about it or whatever. He goes over to the left side and he goes, all right, same deal. Turn and take a deep breath. This pain was horrific. I don't know where it came from. And again, I'm not trying to scare anyone. I had one side, didn't even feel a thing. Seriously, did not feel a thing. The other side, I just felt this really sharp, stinging pain, like I just got stabbed. And so I jumped a little bit, and he said, oh, okay, that one, you know, that one hurt. And I said, yeah, it did. I don't know whether maybe the plastic of the tubing like scratched me on the way out, or I have no idea what happened. All I know is that he continued to try to maintain a conversation with me about, you know, web design and development, and I started to get very lightheaded and really almost passed out. But I think it was a combination of not breathing by being so happy with my surgery results and the pain of the tube coming out. It was like, it's just a lot going on. It's a lot going on. So I get like super lightheaded. I start getting all of the symptoms of about to pass out. He's like, wow, you know, I'm like full sweat, totally white. And my girlfriend's like freaking out. Are you okay? So he finishes taking the stitches out of my nipples, and he's like, I'm gonna give you some time to chill out. And a nurse brought me in some water. You know, one of the people up front, they're excellent, by the way. The folks, Jessica and everyone that's up front, they're just so great. But anyway, and then my friend went to like the supermarket right in the same area and got me some orange juice. So I had to hang out there for like 20 minutes because I was really sick and lightheaded and awesome. Not really, but you know, it was just, I can laugh about it now, but at the time I felt so horrible. But yeah, as soon as I got some sugar in me and, you know, everything was cool, I looked in the mirror again. I realized, all right, you know, this is real. And I wasn't as shocked that time. I was just really happy and happy it was over with. And, you know, that was that. So we left. But that was my surgery experience. So I just kept joking around with my girlfriend and even with Dr. Garramone. I was like, I'm really happy that no one recorded that. Because that's not the video to put on YouTube, you know? That's like the happiest moment after surgery, and here I am like passing out. But anyways, that's my surgery story. I'm sure that everybody's experience varies, but mine was really awesome. I had no issues at all, and no complications since, with the exception of keloid scars, but I've had them in the past, so I knew I would get them. But yeah, so in other news, 3 months ago I got a new job. Like I said, it's been a while since I updated. Still doing the same thing, but at a different place. So I'm no longer working at a LGBT spot. So for all intents and purposes, I'm stealth, which is a little weird, but it feels good too. Because even in certain LGBT spaces, it can be really tokenizing to be the only trans guy, or a trans person for that matter. So it's cool to just sort of be on the DL and, you know, everybody treats me like they would any other guy. So that's cool. Yeah, so I stopped shaving. Well, I have always left a little bit of facial hair on, but I stopped like trimming it and shaving in November, and it's just absolutely ridiculous, as you can see. I think I want to trim it again because I've got like this crazy and I, you know, it's pretty thin here, and I've got this crazy mustache and this crazy goatee, so I think I'm just gonna trim it off. But, you know, we've had so much snow in my area that, like, having this beard is more practical than aesthetic at this point. It's like a little neck warmer. But yeah, so I'm really going to try to update soon and talk a little bit more about, you know, just being stealth and some other things, because you guys keep sending me questions, and I do see them, even if I don't always reply in a timely manner. I do see them, and I try to reply when I can. So, Oh, also just a plug for my friend Aiden, Alliance Fears on YouTube. One of the things that I've been doing recently is helping him redesign his website for 0.5cc. He sells all sorts of like trans t-shirts and hats and hoodies and jewelry and stuff like that. So I'm gonna put a little plug in the description so that A, you can buy a shirt from him and subscribe to his channel and all that fun stuff, but B, you can then compliment me and the great work that I did. Because I, need an ego boost. But anyway, hope all's good with you guys. I will try to update more frequently, and that is it. 6 months post-op. Feeling good. See you later.